Hey guys, how's it going? Today I'm going to talk to you guys about my workout motivation, um, how I stay motivated, and why I stay motivated. So, a bit about myself. I did not go to school. I'm not going to college right now. Um, and I sort of detested school, high school. Generally, I wasn't the biggest fan of my classroom and all of my classes. So, I said, I need to find something that works for me. I wasn't the biggest fan of high school. Um, I wasn't too enthusiastic about it. I didn't go to college. I might go sometime in the future. Um, but sort of just I guess I'm kind of grateful that I've stumbled across my own passions and my own interests. Um, I love bodybuilding and I love music. And I am sort of obsessive about these things. As I said, I didn't go to college, so I am sort of grateful to have these interests. My workout motivation. If you guys are gonna ask me what my workout motivation is, um, again, I didn't go to college, so I feel like I have to pressure myself to do something and to do what I want to do and not what society tells me to do, not what I'm supposed to do, not what other people tell me to do, what the whole world says you should do, just because it's, I don't know, a safer option, or because it's um, preferred, or because maybe your parents said to do that, or maybe I don't know, maybe your friends said everyone goes to college, so go to college. Or maybe your parents told you to go to college and get a career that you're not too enthusiastic about, but because it's preferred and because it's what everyone does, that's what you should be doing. So I am my motivation is comes from within. I don't like compromising. Um, I, I just don't like compromising. My beliefs, my passions, my interests, I don't mind. I don't want to give them up just because someone tells me to do something else. Um, so the thing with me is I don't really want to be a doctor or an engineer, or I don't know, like a sort of those sorts of jobs. I'm not very like into biology, or um, I don't know, stuff like that. So my workout motivation comes from just me. Um, first of all, I love bodybuilding. I am a bodybuilder, and it's what I love to do. One of the things that I love to do. So, um, I have that. That's sort of like a thing that comes around whenever I wake up. I wake up with this sort of passion for bodybuilding, and I'm enthusiastic to start the day and to get my routine going. Um, and as I said, I'm not going to college right now, so I want to do what I want to do. Um, I'm very finicky about my food. I'm very finicky about weighing my food, tracking my calories, making sure that I'm not compromising who I am just because someone tells me to do something else, because someone says that I should do something else. Um, so that's sort of a motivating factor. It's also a bit of a pressuring factor, because I said that I don't want to go to school. I want to be a bodybuilder. And I know a lot of bodybuilders didn't even go to school. I'm not sure if David Lane went to school. I'm not sure if Dylan McKenna went to school. I might be wrong, but they probably, I think they didn't. I'm not sure if Anthony Mantello went to school. Um, I mean, I love bodybuilding. Um, I grew up admiring their physiques, and I still watch some of their videos sometimes from time to time. So I sort of took what I could from them. Greg O'Gallagher, Greg Doucette, a whole bunch of different bodybuilders. So, my workout motivation sort of comes from just, watching videos from them from the past. That's also a factor in that plays into role. Greg Plitt, Bob Paris, those are a bit more in the past, but Greg Plitt is awesome. I think, I'm not sure if some of you guys have ever watched some of Greg Plitt's motivational videos. He definitely gets you sort of psyched up, and he gets you excited, and he gets you just very eager to work out, or let's say you have a challenge that you're doing. He gets me very excited to do something and to maybe break a personal record, or to, let's say, diet for the next 10 weeks. Bob Paris is also a motivating factor. I loved his, somewhere in the 80s, he did a couple shows. I remember. He's an older bodybuilder, but I loved his physique as well. He got shredded to the bone a couple times. I didn't like when Bob Paris bulked, but I did like Bob Paris when he was stage lean, competing. I think it was the 84. It was the year of 1984 where he was on stage and he had Tracy Chapman playing. So I am sort of just very interested in bodybuilding. As I said, I didn't go to college, but I love bodybuilding. And that's also sort of a motivating factor. I have some bodybuilding idols, which I look up to, and I still look up to this day. If I open my phone and I see a post from David Lade or freaking Greg Doucette, I might watch it. I might skim through it, but that's about all I use my phone for. If we're talking about Instagram, so I definitely don't want to compromise my title as a bodybuilder, which is why I just feel very pressured. It's not like an intolerable pressure. It's not like something that's freaking itching at me and I'm just on edge all the time. It's not like that. But I do feel some sort of pressure each and every day to stay at a weight that I can maintain, to stay shredded and to be satisfied and with my performance, because I don't want to, again, compromise my title as a bodybuilder just because I decided to, I don't know, grab some food that I wanted. Like if I grab a croissant and I eat it, then I won't be a bodybuilder anymore. Can you imagine that? So, my motivation definitely comes from a sort of a fear of having to conform to what everyone tells me to do. I mean, I have my own personal beliefs, and I am very individualistic, and I don't like compromising, as I said. So that's sort of a factor. I do have some fear, not too much fear, but I have some sort of a latent fear where I always have to reassure myself, and I have to tell myself I have to be aware that if I eat that freaking junk food, I'm gonna have to go to college maybe. If I grab the croissant, I might have to go to college. if I grab the freaking brownie and it's a Tuesday or it's a Wednesday, then I might have to compromise my title as a bodybuilder. Or I can burn it off. So as you can see, there's no sort of there's no sort of like, how do you say it? It's very like into the extremes, you know, like if I'm gonna grab something that's off my diet on a weekday, I'm gonna have to burn it off. It doesn't matter how long it takes. Let's say it's Tuesday and I want like something that's off my diet for whatever reason, which I know will never happen. What's gonna happen? I'm gonna burn it off. That's what I'm gonna do. There's no other way. There's no other way that I can actually live without like being shredded and you know, being able to say that I'm a bodybuilder, because my motivation comes from like I do have like a lot of fear, definitely. It's not something that inhibits me. It's not something that sort of keeps me back. It's something that sort of motivates me. It keeps me on edge, and it keeps me aware, and it keeps me sort of alert. Because if today, let's say I grab an Oreo, I might have to cut it off my calorie budget. So my motivation comes from me not going to college right now, and it comes from me actually like having this passion for bodybuilding. I know that a lot of the people attending college don't have to worry about this as much. I don't drink at all. I don't smoke at all. I don't do anything that's gonna compromise my body fat percentage, my physique, my shredded state, because I don't, like, as I said, I can't compromise my beliefs. I just can't. I love bodybuilding like with a huge part of my heart. So I can't really like just betray bodybuilding just because I want like something that's off my diet. I can't go to Chipotle, I can't go to Chick-fil-A right now just because I want it, which doesn't happen, by the way. I don't get any cravings for junk food anymore. So as I said, I just feel very pressured sometimes. If I grab like, because I work around food, and some of the food there tastes good, but I never eat it. If I do eat it, I make sure that I'm losing weight after I eat it, because that's just how I am. So my motivation comes from this sort of like belief in myself, and this sort of fear that I have of failure as well, because I feel like if I have to return back to school and give up on what I love to do, I just feel like I failed. Like, seriously. Like, if I have to go back to school because I chose to compromise my passions and to betray my passions, I would feel like I failed. That's why I'm so finicky about my diet. That's why I'm so like freaking obsessed with my diet and my body fat percentage, because that's bodybuilding. It's why I'm so into bodybuilding. It's why I weigh my food each and every single day. And I like it. I love bodybuilding. I wouldn't trade this for anything in the world. I'm glad to say that I have passions outside of school. and that I am willing to follow them, and I'm willing to put in the work each and every day to do something and to reach these goals, and to, you know, I don't feel like I am missing out on anything by not going to college, because I freaking love bodybuilding and I love music as well. So I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything, seriously. Because I know a lot of the colleges have like parties, and people are getting drunk, and people are smoking, and they're eating junk food, and they're getting hungover, and they're like 10-20 pounds overweight, and they're out of shape. And so at this point in my life, I'm just taking bodybuilding so seriously, as well as music, and because I'm not going to school, as I said. So I'm just very grateful, actually, to be so into my passions, and to be so obsessive about them, because I don't like half-assing things, and I like performing at like a high level. So if I'm not satisfied with, let's say, my body fat percentage, I'm gonna get super angry at myself. I'm going to sort of just be on edge, and I'm going to like be like super impatient, and I'm gonna want to drop weight like that, because I just have very high standards when it comes to my performance, and my passions. So it's why I don't touch any junk food, and it's why I never will. If it's gonna compromise my bodybuilding, if it's gonna compromise my passions, I will just completely stay away from it. So time, it's not gonna wait for me, and I just feel very like, I don't know, I just feel very pressured as well. It's not some sort of intolerable pressure, but it is something that is always on my mind, when I'm packaging the foods for the other people who get to eat the food. I mean, it smells a little good, but I never touch it, and I never will. So, as I said, that's sort of a motivating factor for me. I do I have other interests? Yes, but bodybuilding and music are my main interests. And I mean, motivation is sort of always there. I always have some level of motivation, and if I don't have enough motivation, all I have to do is just look at a picture of a physique, of a shredded physique, and that's motivation enough. So because I love bodybuilding so much, I don't really struggle to diet strictly, and to weigh everything, and to restrict calories, and to fast whenever I have to. It's not really like a problem for me. I love doing this. So yeah, I look up to some of these bodybuilders, and they serve as motivation. My own passion for bodybuilding serves as motivation. And I'm gonna say that my diet actually motivates me as well. If you have a crappy diet, you're not gonna be as motivated. You're gonna want to go back to your old diet. You're gonna want to go back to eating junk food. You're gonna want to go back to just, I don't know, sitting around and eating junk food. So my diet tastes good. And I'm able to stay shredded because I do the cardio and I put in the work each and every day. I mean, that's what it takes. So, that's my motivation. As I said, I have this sort of fear of failure. And it motivates me actually because I know that if I take a bite of something, of junk food, if I take a bite of like, I don't know, a breakfast sandwich, if I take a bite of like a croissant, if I take a bite of like a brownie, if I take a bite of a grilled cheese sandwich, something that's not on my diet, I would just feel so freaking destroyed. Seriously, I would just feel so destroyed if I took a bite of something that's not on my diet throughout the week. So I plan my cheat meals out. I plan my cheat days out to make sure that I'm dropping weight after I eat that food. Because I don't want to compromise my bodybuilding just because I want to eat something, just because I want to enjoy some food. That's how serious I am about bodybuilding. If I have to fast for 3 days to keep my shredded state, I will. Because bodybuilding is a huge part of my life. And I am a bodybuilder. So like, as I said, if I want to eat a croissant, if I want to eat a pizza, if I want to eat a burger and fries, there's no compromise for me. I'm going to drop weight after that food. That's just how I am. So that's sort of my workout motivation. I'm not going to school. I have this sort of fear of failure. And as I said, like, I would just feel so destroyed and so like depressed. I would just feel like, I don't know, if I took a bite of something that's not on my diet, I would just feel very weird. I wouldn't feel like me. Like, if I have a cookie today, I don't know, I would just feel so freaking weird. I would just feel like out of touch with reality, and I would just feel like anxious. I would feel so anxious, and I would feel like, do I have to go to school now because I took a bite of a cookie? Because I ate a cookie? And now, so I know that's not how it works. A lot of bodybuilders would just say that's a surplus, a caloric surplus. You're having 500 calories extra of a cookie. That's just a caloric surplus. But I just love bodybuilding so much, and I'm just so freaking passionate, and I'm so like obsessed with bodybuilding that if I have a cookie today and it's 500 calories in a surplus, I'm gonna go burn it off. Because I cannot live like that. I can't. So, my workout motivation comes from my high standards for myself. It comes from my standards. I mean, these are my standards. Bodybuilding is a huge part of my life. It might not be a huge part of your life. You might not be as obsessed with bodybuilding. You might say, why is that so weird to eat a cookie? Why is it so weird to eat a cookie on a Tuesday? It would be so weird for me to eat a cookie on a Tuesday. It would just be so weird. So my workout motivation comes from me. My own sort of thoughts that churn around in my head. It comes from, as I said, this fear of failure and this fear of having to give up who I am. That's where my motivation comes from. It comes from having to give up who I am to be someone that the world tells me to be, or to be someone that I like. If someone tells me you should do that, or if I do it to myself, if I compromise my own beliefs, I would just feel so freaking like weird. It wouldn't feel like me. So my workout motivation comes from a lot of factors, and it comes from me just having high standards and holding on to my cherished beliefs, and to it comes from me being obsessed with bodybuilding. I don't really watch any motivational videos. I just want to be a bodybuilder. So that's where my motivation comes from. I know you guys are wondering, like, do I take any, like, I don't know, do I watch motivational videos when I wake up? No, I don't. I just want to be a bodybuilder. And I mean, it takes work. It takes hard work. Whether it's denying food, whether it's doing the cardio, whether it's doing the weight training, whether it's fasting for 3 days when I have to, whether it's being smart about my diet, whether it's being adaptable, whether it's being, being able to react quickly. So staying, that's how I stay motivated. I just have a lot of pressure on me, and it's not anything like that's like freaking intolerable, as I said, but it's good pressure. I put it on myself, and I have a lot to lose because I don't know, I wouldn't feel like me. Seriously, I wouldn't feel like me if I took a bite of junk food today, or yesterday, or tomorrow. I wouldn't feel like me. I would just feel like so like depersonalized, and I would just feel like, I don't know, I would just feel depressed if I sabotage myself. So staying motivated for me is about this fear of sabotaging myself, and a lot of pressure. I put a lot of pressure on myself. It's why I weigh all my food. It's why I make sure that I weigh everything to the gram each and every single day for the most part. And it's why I sort of gave up everything. I mean, I don't go to social events. I don't drink alcohol. I never have drinking alcohol. I never will. I will never smoke weed. I will never stay up past a certain time. I will never compromise my bodybuilding for other people, for a social event, for drugs, for some sort of temporary relief. I can't compromise bodybuilding. So that's how I stay motivated. As you can see, it's not like some sort of positive thing where I freaking watch a motivational video and I'm freaking psyched and I'm just super energetic. It's not also like I have this like sort of it's not like I take any drugs to give me this energy. It's not like I that's how I stay motivated. A lot of it comes from fear. A lot of it comes from this fear of sabotaging myself. I'm always thinking, and as I said, I'm not super stressed or anything, but it's definitely something I think about from time to time. I make sure that I'm staying on track. And do I feel secure? Yes, I feel pretty secure. But as I said, I am a homebody, and I don't surround myself around food that's gonna sabotage me. So that's how I stay motivated. A lot of it does come from fear, and it comes from these negative emotions. And it comes from this sort of uncertainty that I want to sort of just get rid of. I want to get rid of this uncertainty. It's why I've done these 3-day fasts, because I felt very uncertain. I've seen David Lay do a 3-day fast, and Dylan McKenna, and I felt very uncertain because I've never done one, and I consider them to be bodybuilders. They're hardcore bodybuilders. So I said, okay, I have to do that. I just have to. So it does come from uncertainty and this sort of just this impatience to prove myself and to gain a level of security. So that's how I stay motivated. If I have to fast for a week, I will. If I have to freaking starve to death, I will. Seriously, if I have to starve to death, I will. That's how I stay motivated. Like, I just have this like sort of, I'm just very like uncompromising. As I said, I cannot compromise. I cannot. I would rather starve to death than to compromise. Seriously, like, that's how I feel about bodybuilding. I would rather starve to death than to give up my bodybuilding. So that's just how I am. I'm gonna eat the same food each and every single day. It's how I stay motivated. I just have this fear. I just have like this fear of like failure, and this fear of like being washed away into nothing, and being washed away into oblivion, and into fading away. And I just feel very like, I don't know, you might call me crazy, but that's just how I am. So that's how I stay motivated. Give the video a thumbs up if you guys enjoyed. I know you guys might think that I'm positive, that's how I stay motivated. No, it comes from a lot of negative emotions. So as I said, give the video a thumbs up, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is luis.hern, the number 9. Again, my Instagram is luis.hern, the number 9. You can follow me on my Instagram. Send me a direct message. Ask me about my customized dieting and exercise programs. I'm here to help you guys lose weight, get into shape, build a physique of your dreams, get shredded. If you're newer to fitness and exercise and dieting, send me a message. Ask me anything. I want to help you guys out. I want to help you guys build these healthier lifestyles, get in tune with exercise and enjoy, and learn to love and enjoy exercise. So send me a message. Watch my previous videos to figure out how I lost weight, how I'm keeping it off. And I recently did my second 72-hour fast. So go check it out. It was definitely a challenge. And yeah. Give the video a thumbs up, follow my Instagram. I'll see you guys next time.